First contact. The silence of space enveloped the Athena, Earth's most advanced long-range exploration vessel, as it cruised through the outer reaches of the solar system. Captain Sarah Chen stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the vast starfield before her. After months of uneventful travel, the ship was approaching its primary mission objective, a mysterious object detected at the edge of the Kuiper Belt. "Status report," Sarah called out, her voice steady despite the tension coiled in her stomach. Lieutenant Amir Khoury, the ship's sensor officer, responded without taking his eyes off his console. "Object is holding steady at coordinates 225 Mark 16. Size and composition readings are consistent with previous scans. No signs of movement or energy emissions." Sarah nodded, processing the information. The object had baffled Earth's astronomers for months. Its perfectly spherical shape and unknown composition defied natural explanation, yet it showed no signs of being an artificial construct. The Athena's mission was simple: approach, observe, and if possible, retrieve samples. "Helm, take us in nice and slow," Sarah ordered. "All hands, prepare for close encounter protocols." As the Athena closed the distance, an air of anticipation filled the bridge. Years of searching the cosmos had yielded nothing but rocks, ice, and the faintest hints of microbial life. This object, whatever it was, promised to be something entirely new. Dr. Elena Rossi, the mission's lead xenobiologist, joined Sarah on the bridge. Her olive skin was pale with excitement, her green eyes wide as she stared at the main view screen. "Captain, are you seeing this?" she whispered. Sarah was about to respond when Amoa's voice cut through the tension. "Captain, energy spike from the object." Before anyone could react, a blinding flash of light engulfed the ship. Sarah felt a moment of weightlessness, then nothing. When she came to, Sarah found herself lying on a smooth metallic floor. The air around her hummed with an otherworldly energy. As her vision cleared, she realized she wasn't alone. Elena and Amar lay nearby, staring groggily. "Status report," Sarah croaked, her throat dry. Elena sat up, rubbing her head. "I'm okay, I think. Where are we?" Amir, already on his feet, was staring wide-eyed at their surroundings. "Captain, you need to see this." Sarah stood, steadying herself against a nearby wall. As she took in their environment, her breath caught in her throat. They were in a vast, circular chamber. The walls pulsed with soft, bioluminescent light in patterns that seemed almost alive. At the center of the room stood a pillar of swirling energy, colors shifting and flowing in mesmerizing patterns. "It's beautiful," Elena whispered, her scientific curiosity overriding her fear. Before Sarah could respond, a melodic hum filled the air. The energy pillar pulsed, and 3 figures materialized before them. Sarah's hand instinctively went to her hip, reaching for a weapon that was no longer there. The beings before them were unmistakably alien. Tall and slender, their bodies seemed to shimmer with an inner light. Their faces were oddly human-like, with large, almond-shaped eyes that swirled with galaxies of color. One of the aliens stepped forward, raising a hand in what seemed to be a gesture of peace. When it spoke, the words appeared directly in Sarah's mind, bypassing her ears entirely. "Greetings, children of Earth. We are the Luminari. We have been waiting a long time for this moment." Sarah swallowed hard, acutely aware that she was about to become the first human in history to speak with an alien intelligence. She straightened her back, channeling every ounce of diplomatic training she'd received. "I am Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth vessel Athena. We come in peace and in the spirit of scientific exploration." The alien's eyes swirled faster, a reaction Sarah couldn't interpret. "Peace is good, Sarah Chen, but exploration. You have barely taken your first steps into the cosmic ocean. There is much you do not understand about the dangers that lurk in the depths of space." Amo stepped forward, his natural curiosity overcoming his caution. "What dangers? Are you here to warn us?" The alien turned its gaze to Amir, and he felt a wave of ancient sadness wash over him. "We are here to prepare you. A great darkness approaches, one that has consumed countless civilizations. Humanity must be ready, or it too will fall." Elena, who had been examining the pulsing walls with fascination, turned back to the conversation. "How can we prepare for something we don't understand? What is this darkness?" The luminary exchanged glances, a silent communication passing between them. Finally, the lead alien spoke again. "We cannot simply tell you. The knowledge must be earned, experienced. Are you willing to undergo the trials, to push the limits of your understanding and ability?" Sarah felt the weight of history on her shoulders. Whatever decision she made here would shape the future of humanity. She looked at Elena and Amir, saw the mixture of fear and determination in their eyes, and knew they were with her. "We are willing," Sarah said, her voice steady. "Whatever it takes to protect Earth." The luminary's eyes swirled with approval. "Very well. The trials begin now." The chamber around them shimmered and changed. Suddenly, they were no longer in an alien structure, but standing on a barren, rocky plain beneath a blood-red sky. In the distance, mountain-sized creatures of shadow and flame lumbered across the landscape. "What you see before you is a memory," the luminary explained. "A world consumed by the darkness. You must survive here, learn its ways, and find the key to defeating it. We cannot intervene directly, but we will be watching. Good luck, children of Earth. The fate of your world now rests in your hands." With that, the luminary vanished, leaving Sarah, Elena, and Amir alone on the alien world. The ground trembled beneath their feet as one of the shadow creatures turned its attention towards them. Sarah's mind raced, assessing their dire situation. They had no weapons, no supplies, and no idea how to survive in this hellish landscape. But as she looked at her companions, she saw not defeat, but determination. "All right, team," she said, her voice filled with a confidence she didn't entirely feel. "Let's show these luminary what humanity is made of. Elena, start analyzing the environment. Amar, see if you can find us some shelter. I'll keep an eye on our big friend over there and try to figure out its behavior patterns." As they sprang into action, Sarah allowed herself a grim smile. The odds were stacked against them, but if there was one thing humans excelled at, it was beating the odds. Whatever trials lay ahead, she was certain of one thing: humanity would not go down without a fight. The shadow creature let out a bone-chilling roar that echoed across the desolate plain. Sarah Chen, Elena Rossi, and Amir Curie exchanged determined glances. Their mission had just become far more than a simple exploration. Now they carried the hopes of all humanity on their shoulders. As the creature lumbered towards them, leaving smoldering footprints in its wake, Sarah's mind raced through possible strategies. They had no weapons, no technology, nothing but their wits and whatever this alien environment might provide. "Spread out," Sarah commanded, her voice cutting through the oppressive atmosphere. "It can't focus on all of us at once. Elena, look for anything we might use as a weapon or shield. Amina, try to find some high ground. We need to understand the terrain." The team moved with practiced efficiency, years of training kicking in despite the otherworldly circumstances. Elena darted towards a cluster of crystalline formations jutting from the rocky ground, while Amo scrambled up a nearby ridge. Sarah stood her ground, locking eyes with the approaching monstrosity. As the creature drew nearer, Sarah could feel the heat radiating from its shadowy form. Its eyes, if they could be called that, were swirling vortexes of darkness that seemed to pull at her very soul. For a moment, she felt a wave of despair wash over her. How could humanity hope to stand against such a force? But then Sarah remembered why she had joined the space program in the first place. It wasn't just about exploration or scientific discovery. It was about pushing the boundaries of human potential, about facing the unknown with courage and ingenuity. With renewed determination, she stood tall, ready to face whatever came next. "Captain," Amo's voice called out from the ridge. "There's some kind of structure about a kilometer to the east. It looks artificial. Sarah's mind raced with possibilities. A structure meant civilization, or at least the remnants of one. It could provide shelter, resources, maybe even answers about this world and the creatures that inhabited it. Elena, status report. Sarah called out, keeping one eye on the approaching shadow beast. Elena's voice came back, tinged with excitement despite their dire situation. These crystals, Captain, they're reacting to the creature's presence. They're glowing brighter as it gets closer. Sarah's tactical mind immediately grasped the implications. Grab as many as you can carry. They might be our best defense, or at least a distraction. As Elena gathered the crystals, Sarah made a decision. We're making for that structure almost spotted. Elena, use the crystals to keep that thing at bay. Amir, guide us in. With a unified nod, the team sprang into action. Elena hurled one of the crystals towards the shadow creature. As it arced through the air, it began to glow with an intense, almost painful light. The creature recoiled, letting out a shriek that sent shivers down their spines. Taking advantage of the distraction, Sarah, Elena, and Amir began their dash towards the distant structure. The uneven terrain made running difficult, and the oppressive heat sapped their strength with every step. But the sound of the enraged creature behind them provided all the motivation they needed. As they ran, Sarah's mind whirled with questions. What was this place? How had the Luminary known about it? And most importantly, what were they supposed to learn here that could help them save Earth? Amir's voice cut through her thoughts. Captain, the structure, it's changing. Sarah looked up, her eyes widening in disbelief. The distant building, which had appeared as a simple dome moments ago, was shifting and reforming. Spires rose and fell, walls appeared and disappeared, all in a hypnotic dance of impossible architecture. It's responding to our presence, Elena gasped between breaths. It must be some kind of adaptive technology. Before Sarah could respond, the ground beneath their feet began to tremble. Cracks appeared in the rocky surface, glowing with the same fierce light as the crystals Elena carried. The shadow creature let out another bone-chilling roar, but this time it sounded more like fear than rage. Look, Amir pointed behind them. The creature had stopped its pursuit, pacing at the edge of the cracking ground as if afraid to come any closer. Sarah's mind raced, piecing together the puzzle. The crystals, the ground, the structure, it's all connected. This isn't just a memory of a dead world, it's a living defense system. As if in response to her realization, the cracks in the ground widened, forming a glowing barrier between the humans and the shadow creature. The distant structure stabilized its form, taking on the appearance of an ancient fortress. I think, Sarah said, a note of awe in her voice, we just passed the first test. Elena and Amar looked at her, a mixture of exhaustion and exhilaration on their faces. They had survived their first encounter with the darkness the Luminary had warned them about, and in doing so, had begun to unravel the mysteries of this alien world. As they caught their breath, Sarah squared her shoulders. All right, team, let's see what that fortress has to teach us. Something tells me our trials are just beginning. Together, the three humans made their way towards the alien structure, each step taking them further into the unknown. Behind them, the shadow creature paced and raged, but the glowing barrier held firm. It was a small victory, but an important one. Humanity had taken its first steps towards understanding the cosmic threat that loomed over them. As they approached the fortress, its walls seemed to ripple and shift, as if studying them in return. Sarah felt a mix of trepidation and excitement. Whatever lay inside would undoubtedly challenge them in ways they couldn't imagine, but with each challenge overcome, they would be one step closer to safeguarding Earth's future. The massive doors of the fortress swung open silently, revealing a corridor that seemed to stretch into infinity. Sarah took a deep breath, squared her shoulders, and led her team into the unknown. The first trial was complete, but their journey had only just begun. The cosmic crucible. As Sarah, Elena, and Amar stepped into the alien fortress, The air around them shimmered with an otherworldly energy. The corridor before them seemed to stretch endlessly, its walls pulsing with bioluminescent patterns that shifted and changed with each passing moment. "Stay alert," Sarah warned, her voice echoing strangely in the alien structure. "We don't know what kind of tests await us here." No sooner had the words left her mouth than the floor beneath their feet began to ripple and flow like liquid metal. Before they could react, each of them was encased in a cocoon of shimmering material, separating them from one another. "Captain," a most muffled voice called out, panic evident in his tone. "Stay calm," Sarah commanded, fighting down her own rising fear. "Remember why we're here. Earth is counting on us." As if responding to her words, the cocoons began to dissolve, but the scene that greeted them was no longer the fortress corridor. Each of the humans found themselves in a different environment, faced with unique challenges that would test their limits. Sarah's trials. Sarah found herself standing on the bridge of a starship, alarms blaring and warning lights flashing. Through the viewscreen, she could see a massive asteroid field hurtling towards an Earth-like planet. A disembodied voice, reminiscent of the luminary, spoke in her mind. "You must save this world, Sarah Chen. But be warned, every action has consequences. Choose wisely." Sarah's hands flew over the unfamiliar controls, her mind racing. She had to find a way to divert the asteroids, but with what? The ship's weapons. A tractor beam. As she weighed her options, she realized this wasn't just a test of her tactical skills, but of her decision-making under pressure. "Divert all power to the deflector shields," she commanded, her voice steady despite the chaos around her. "We'll use the ship itself to alter the asteroid's course." As the ship plunged into the asteroid field, Sarah gritted her teeth. This was going to be one hell of a ride. Elena's challenge. Elena blinked, finding herself in a vast alien laboratory. Surrounding her were stasis pods containing creatures she could scarcely comprehend, writhing masses of tentacles, beings of pure energy, and things that seemed to exist in more dimensions than she could perceive. "A great plague threatens countless worlds," the luminary voice explained. "You must find the cure, but beware. The very act of studying these life forms may unleash the contagion." Elena's scientific mind kicked into overdrive. This was xenobiology on a scale she'd never imagined. She approached one of the stasis pods, her hand hovering over the control panel. "Cross-species contamination is the key," she muttered to herself. "But how do I study them without releasing the plague?" As she pondered the problem, Elena realized that this test wasn't just about her scientific knowledge. It was about understanding the delicate balance of ecosystems on a galactic scale. A Ming's puzzle. Amo stood before a massive alien supercomputer, its displays showing the collision course of two galaxies. "The fate of trillions hangs in the balance," the voice intoned. "You must calculate the precise gravitational manipulations needed to prevent this cosmic catastrophe." Amoa's eyes widened as he took in the complexity of the problem. This was astrophysics on a scale he'd never encountered. But as he began to work through the calculations, he realized that the challenge wasn't just mathematical. "It's not about preventing the collision," he said aloud, his fingers flying over the alien keyboard. "It's about guiding it. A collision this massive, it could birth new stars, new worlds." As Amar worked, he understood that this test was about seeing the bigger picture, about finding opportunity in apparent disaster. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Dr. Kira Yoshida, the mission's ground controller, paced nervously in front of the main view screen at Mission Control. It had been hours since they'd lost contact with the Athena, and the tension in the room was palpable. "Any change?" she asked, her voice tight with worry. Lieutenant James Rodriguez shook his head, his eyes never leaving his console. "Nothing, Doctor. It's like they've vanished into thin air." Kira ran a hand through her short black hair, her mind racing. They couldn't have just disappeared. The Athena was the most advanced ship humanity had ever built. Whatever had happened, there had to be an explanation. "Run the deep space scans again," she ordered. "And this time, extend the range beyond the Kuiper Belt. If they're out there, we'll find them. As the team at Mission Control worked tirelessly to locate their missing astronauts, they were unaware that the fate of Earth hung in the balance, dependent on the success of trials taking place beyond their wildest imaginations. Back in the alien fortress, Sarah, Elena, and Amur faced their challenges with determination and ingenuity. Each trial pushed them to their limits, forcing them to think in new ways and challenge their preconceptions about the universe. Sarah's starship dance through the asteroid field was a harrowing experience. She had to calculate trajectories on the fly, using the ship's shields to nudge the massive rocks just enough to alter their course without destroying the vessel. With each successful deflection, she felt a surge of adrenaline and pride. Elena's work in the alien lab was a delicate balance of caution and daring. She devised a way to study the alien life forms by isolating individual cellular structures, minimizing the risk of contagion while maximizing her learning. With each discovery, she felt her understanding of life itself expanding. Amir's galactic calculations were a symphony of mathematics and intuition. He worked tirelessly, guiding the collision of galaxies in a cosmic dance that would seed the universe with new possibilities. As the simulation progressed, he felt a sense of awe at the scales he was working with. As suddenly as it had begun, the trials ended. Sarah, Elena, and Amur found themselves back in the fortress corridor, breathing heavily and looking at each other with newfound respect and understanding. Did we pass? Amir asked, his voice hoarse. Before anyone could answer, the air before them shimmered, and a luminary appeared. Its eyes swirled with colors that seemed to reflect the challenges they had just faced. "You have done well, children of Earth," the luminary said, its mental voice filled with what seemed like pride. "You have shown courage, wisdom, and compassion in the face of cosmic challenges, but your journey is not yet complete." The being waved its hand, and a shimmering portal appeared beside it. Through it, they could see a lush alien landscape teeming with life. "Beyond this portal lies the world of the Eterna, ancient allies of the luminary," the being explained. "They will teach you the final lessons you need to face the darkness that threatens your world." Sarah stepped forward, her face set with determination. "We're ready, whatever it takes to protect Earth." The luminary's eyes swirled faster. "Your devotion to your homeworld is admirable, Sarah Chen, but the trials ahead will challenge more than your skills and intelligence. They will force you to confront the very essence of what it means to be human." With a gesture, the luminary beckoned them towards the portal. Sarah, Elena, and Amir exchanged glances, a silent communication passing between them. Whatever lay ahead, they would face it together. As they stepped through the portal, leaving behind the stark, challenging environment of the fortress, they felt a sense of anticipation. They had survived the cosmic crucible, proving their worth to the luminary. Now they would learn from the Eterna, gaining the knowledge and skills they would need to save Earth from the encroaching darkness. The portal shimmered closed behind them, marking the end of one chapter in their cosmic journey and the beginning of another. The trials of the fortress had changed them, expanding their understanding of the universe and their place in it. But as they took their first steps into the world of the Eterna, they knew that their greatest challenges and their greatest discoveries still lay ahead. In this strange, beautiful alien world, surrounded by life forms they could scarcely comprehend, Sarah, Elena, and Emma stood tall. They were no longer just astronauts or scientists. They had become humanity's vanguard, the first line of defense against a threat they were only beginning to understand. As they set off to meet the Eterna, each of them silently vowed to do whatever it took to protect their home. The fate of Earth, and perhaps the entire galaxy, now rested in their hands. The symphony of stardust. As Sarah, Elena, and Amur stepped through the shimmering portal, they found themselves in a world that defied imagination. The landscape before them pulsed with vibrant, otherworldly life. Crystalline trees reached towards a sky swirling with auroras, their branches chiming softly in a breeze that carried the scent of stardust. Beneath their feet, the ground shimmered like liquid silver, responding to their every step with ripples of iridescent light. By all that's holy, Elena breathed, her scientist's mind struggling to process the impossible beauty surrounding them. Before they could fully take in their new environment, a melodious humming filled the air. From the crystalline forest emerged beings of pure light and energy, the Eterna. Their forms shifted and flowed, reminiscent of Earth's deepest sea creatures, yet radiating an ancient wisdom that left the humans in awe. One of the Eterna floated forward, its voice resonating directly in their minds. "Welcome, children of Earth. We are the keepers of cosmic harmony, and we have much to teach you." Sarah stepped forward, her voice steady despite her wonder. "We're honored to learn from you. The Luminary said you could help us prepare for the darkness threatening our world." The Eterna's form pulsed with what seemed like approval. "Indeed, but first, you must understand the true nature of the universe. Are you prepared to have your perceptions of reality challenged?" The three humans exchanged glances, then nodded in unison. They had come too far to turn back now. "Then let the cosmic symphony begin," the Eterna intoned. Suddenly, the world around them dissolved into a swirling vortex of light and sound. Sarah, Elena, and Amur found themselves floating in a sea of stars, their bodies transformed into beings of pure energy. "Whoa!" Amir exclaimed, his voice echoing strangely in the cosmic void. "Is this what it feels like to be a quantum particle?" Before anyone could respond, the universe around them erupted into a magnificent chorus. Each star, each planet, each speck of cosmic dust sang with a unique voice, creating a harmony so beautiful and complex it brought tears to their ethereal eyes. "This is the cosmic symphony," the Eterna's voice explained, somehow audible above the celestial music. "Every particle in the universe plays a part. The darkness you face seeks to silence its grand orchestra." As they listened, Sarah began to understand. "It's all connected," she marveled. "Every action, every decision, ripples across the cosmos." "Precisely," the Eterna confirmed. "And now you must learn to play your part in this grand composition." What followed was a series of lessons unlike anything the humans had ever experienced. They learned to manipulate gravity with their thoughts, to communicate across vast distances using quantum entanglement, and to perceive time as a malleable dimension rather than a linear progression. Elena found herself particularly fascinated by the lessons in cosmic biology. She learned how life could evolve in environments she'd previously thought impossible, in the hearts of stars, in the vacuum of space, even in dimensions beyond human perception. "This changes everything," she murmured, her mind racing with the implications for Earth's sciences. Amur, meanwhile, was in mathematical heaven. The Eterna taught him equations that could predict the birth and death of galaxies, and showed him how to calculate the precise resonance frequency of reality itself. "It's like the universe is one giant computer," he marveled, "and we're just beginning to understand its programming language." But it was Sarah who faced the greatest challenge. The Eterna tasked her with orchestrating a miniature galaxy, teaching her the delicate balance required to nurture life on a cosmic scale. "Every decision you make affects billions of potential lives," the Eterna warned her. "You must learn to see the big picture without losing sight of the individual melodies that make up the whole." As Sarah grappled with the immense responsibility, she began to understand the true weight of leadership. It wasn't just about making tough decisions, but about fostering harmony and growth, even in the face of cosmic challenges. While the humans underwent their transformative lessons, events on Earth were reaching a critical point. In the depths of the Mariana Trench, a team of oceanographers made a chilling discovery. A strange, shadowy substance was seeping from a previously unknown fissure in the Earth's crust. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, the lead scientist of the deep-sea expedition, watched in horror as the substance consumed everything it touched, turning vibrant coral reefs into lifeless stone. "It's spreading too fast," she reported to her surface team, her voice tight with fear. "We need to alert the global authorities. This could be the end of everything." As news of the discovery spread, panic began to grip the planet. Governments scrambled to respond to a threat they couldn't understand, while conspiracy theories ran wild on social media. In the midst of the chaos, Dr. Kira Yoshida at Mission Control made a fateful decision. "We need to broadcast on all frequencies," she told her team. "If the Athena is out there somewhere, they need to know what's happening. Earth needs them now more than ever." Back in the realm of the Eterna, Sarah, Elena, and Emil were nearing the end of their cosmic training. They had learned more about the universe in what felt like days than humanity had discovered in millennia. But as they prepared for their final lesson, a faint signal caught their attention. "Do you hear that?" Emil asked, cocking his head to one side. The others nodded, concentrating on the distant sound. Slowly, it resolved into a voice they recognized. Dr. Yoshida's voice, stretched and distorted across the vast distances of space. "Athena, Earth in danger. Unknown substance. Need help." The fragmented message sent a chill through the humans. They turned to the Eterna, their faces set with determination. "We're out of time," Sarah said, her voice resonating with newfound power. "We need to return to Earth now." The Eterna's form pulsed with what seemed like concern. "You have learned much, but are you truly ready to face the darkness?" Elena stepped forward, her eyes blazing with inner light. "Ready or not, our world needs us. We can't abandon them." Emil nodded in agreement. "Everything you've taught us, every lesson we've learned, it was all for this moment. We have to try." The Eterna was silent for a long moment, their forms shimmering with unspoken communication. Finally, the leader spoke. "Very well, you have shown courage and dedication beyond our expectations. We will send you back to your world, but remember, the power to save Earth lies not just in what you've learned, but in your humanity itself." With a gesture, the Eterna opened a swirling portal of cosmic energy. Through it, the humans could see the familiar blue marble of Earth, but now they perceived it as never before, a shining jewel of life and potential in the vast cosmic symphony. As Sarah, Elena, and Emil prepared to step through the portal, the Eterna had one final message. "The darkness you face is ancient and powerful, but it has never encountered a species quite like humanity. Your adaptability, your creativity, your capacity for love and sacrifice, these are weapons it cannot comprehend. Use them wisely." With grateful nods to their alien teachers, the three humans stepped into the portal. As they hurtled back towards Earth, their bodies and minds transforming back to their original states, they carried with them the knowledge of the cosmos and the weight of their world's fate. They were no longer just astronauts or scientists. They had become Earth's champions, armed with cosmic wisdom and burning with determination. Whatever darkness awaited them, they would face it together, for the sake of their home and every living thing upon it. As they re-entered Earth's atmosphere, a streak of light against the night sky, Sarah, Elena, and Amir made a silent vow. They would save their world, no matter the cost. The final battle for Earth's future was about to begin, and humanity's best and brightest were ready to lead the charge. Echoes of eternity. The sky over New York City erupted in a dazzling display of light as Sarah, Elena, and Amir plummeted through the atmosphere. Their re-entry was unlike anything NASA had ever recorded, a swirling vortex of cosmic energy that lit up sensors across the globe. As they touched down in Central Park, the ground beneath them rippled like water, absorbing the impact. Onlookers gasped, smartphones raised to capture the impossible sight of three humans wreathed in starlight. Sarah stepped forward, her eyes glowing with otherworldly knowledge. "Take us to your leaders," she said, her voice resonating with power. "Earth's fate hangs in the balance." Within hours, the returned astronauts found themselves addressing the United Nations Security Council. The chamber buzzed with tension as world leaders struggled to comprehend the magnitude of the threat they faced. "The entity you've discovered in the Mariana Trench is just the beginning," Elena explained, projecting a holographic model of the Earth with a mere thought. It's a cosmic parasite we call the void. It doesn't just consume matter, it devours reality itself. Amir chimed in, his fingers dancing through the air as complex equations materialized around him. We have approximately 72 hours before the void's influence becomes irreversible. But we have a plan. As the trio outlined their strategy, mixing advanced alien science with uniquely human ingenuity, the world watched in awe. Live streams of the emergency session broke all viewing records, with billions tuning in to witness humanity's stand against extinction. Meanwhile, in the depths of the Mariana Trench, Dr. Yuki Tanaka and her team fought a desperate battle against time. The void's tendrils had spread further, turning vast swaths of the ocean into a lifeless, shadowy wasteland. "We're losing ground fast," Yuki reported, her submersible barely outpacing the encroaching darkness. "Whatever plan our cosmic friends have, they need to hurry." Back in New York, Sarah, Elena, and Amor put their plan into motion. They called it Operation Harmony, a daring attempt to rewrite the fundamental frequency of Earth's reality, making it inhospitable to the void. "We'll need to harness the planet's geomagnetic field," Sarah explained to a team of wide-eyed engineers. "Think of it as turning Earth into one massive tuning fork." Elena worked with biologists and environmentalists, explaining how they could use the planet's natural life force as an amplifier. Every living thing, from the smallest bacterium to the largest whale, will play a part in this symphony of survival. Amir collaborated with physicists and computer scientists, developing an AI that could calculate and adjust the resonance frequencies in real time. "We're not just fighting the void," he said, his eyes alight with excitement. "We're teaching Earth to fight back." As the hours ticked by, humanity united in a way it never had before. Ancient rivalries were set aside, resources pooled, and knowledge shared freely. It was a glimpse of what humanity could achieve when it worked as one. The plan hinged on a global network of resonance towers, massive structures that combined advanced alien technology with human engineering. As the final tower was completed in record time, Sarah gave the order to activate the network. The effect was immediate and awe-inspiring. A visible wave of energy pulsed from each tower, rippling across the planet's surface. In the Mariana Trench, Yuki watched in amazement as the void recoiled from the approaching wave. "It's working," she shouted, her voice thick with emotion. "The ocean, it's coming back to life." But their victory was short-lived. As the energy wave completed its first circuit of the globe, the void lashed out with terrifying force. Earthquakes rocked cities, tsunamis threatened coastlines, and strange gravitational anomalies tore holes in the fabric of reality. "The void is fighting back," Elena realized, her face grim. "It's trying to disrupt our resonance pattern." Sarah's mind raced, drawing on both her cosmic training and her human instincts. "We need to synchronize with the void's attacks," she said suddenly. "Use its own power against it." Amur's fingers flew over his console, reprogramming the AI on the fly. "It's risky," he warned. "If we miscalculate, we could tear the planet apart." "We have to try," Sarah insisted. "Humanity doesn't give up. It's time we show the cosmos what we're made of." As the void's assault intensified, Sarah, Elena, and Amur linked minds, drawing on the full power of their cosmic training. They became living conduits, channeling the energy of Earth and its people into a final, desperate gambit. The world held its breath as reality itself seemed to waver. For a moment that stretched into eternity, the fate of Earth hung in the balance. Then, with a flash of light that outshone the sun, the void collapsed in on itself. A cheer went up from every corner of the globe as sensors confirmed what everyone hoped: the threat had been neutralized. In the aftermath, as the world celebrated its narrow escape, Sarah addressed the United Nations once more. "We've won a great victory," she said, her voice carrying to every screen on the planet. "But this is just the beginning. We've been given a glimpse of what lies beyond our world, wonders and terrors beyond imagination. It's time for humanity to take its place among the stars." As she spoke, a new sense of purpose swept across the earth. The resonance towers, once tools of survival, now pointed to the heavens, beacons of humanity's newfound cosmic aspirations. Elena smiled as she watched children playing in a park, their games now including fantastical aliens and far-off worlds. "We've changed everything," she mused. Amor nodded, his eyes on the star-filled sky. "We've given humanity a new frontier. The real adventure is just beginning." As night fell on a world forever changed, Sarah, Elena, and Emma stood together, their bodies still humming with cosmic energy. They had saved Earth, but they knew their journey was far from over. The stars beckoned, filled with untold mysteries and potential allies, and humanity, tested by fire and reborn in the crucible of cosmic conflict, was ready to answer the call. As a shooting star streaked across the sky, Sarah made a silent vow. Whatever challenges the universe had in store, Earth would face them head-on, for they were no longer alone in the cosmic dance. They were active participants, ready to write their own verse in the grand symphony of eternity. The age of cosmic humanity had begun. Quantum horizons. 10 years after Earth's victory over the void, humanity stood on the precipice of a new era. The knowledge brought back by Sarah, Elena, and Amir had catapulted technological progress forward by centuries. Cities now floated on quantum fields, disease was a distant memory, and the first faster-than-light ship, the Starbridger, was ready for its maiden voyage. Sarah Chen, now Admiral of Earth's cosmic fleet, stood on the bridge of the Starbridger, her eyes gleaming with the same determination that had saved the planet a decade ago. "Status report," she commanded, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's hopes. Elena Rossi, chief xenobiologist, looked up from her console. "All systems nominal, Admiral. The quantum fold drive is stable and ready for activation." Amir Khoury, now head of Earth's Cosmic Mathematics Division, nodded in agreement. "Calculations are perfect. We're ready to make history, again." As the crew made final preparations, billions watched from Earth and the newly established lunar and Martian colonies. This wasn't just a scientific mission. It was humanity's first official step into the galactic community. "Attention all hands." Sarah's voice rang out across the ship and hit every viewer across the solar system. "What we do today will echo through eternity. We carry with us not just the hopes and dreams of Earth, but the indomitable spirit of humanity. Let's show the cosmos what we're made of." With a command from Sarah, the Starbridger's quantum fold drive activated. The fabric of space-time rippled and parted before the ship like a cosmic curtain. In a flash of otherworldly light, the Starbridger vanished from the solar system. Seconds later, it reappeared in orbit around a distant alien world. Cheers erupted from the crew as they realized their success. They had just traveled farther in an instant than humanity had in all its previous history. But their celebration was short-lived. As they began to scan the alien planet, alarms blared across the ship. Multiple unknown vessels approaching. Elena called out, her hands flying over her console. "They're like nothing we've ever seen." Before Sarah could respond, a massive hologram appeared on the bridge. It showed a being of pure energy, its form constantly shifting and flowing. When it spoke, its voice resonated in their minds, carrying emotions as well as words. "Greetings, children of Earth," the being said, its tone a mixture of curiosity and concern. "We are the coalescence. Your arrival has triggered an ancient prophecy. The galaxy stands at a crossroads, and you are the key." Sarah stepped forward, her posture radiating confidence despite the strange situation. "We come in peace and in the spirit of exploration. What prophecy do you speak of?" The being's form swirled faster. Eons ago, it was foretold that a young species would arise, one that had faced the void and emerged stronger. This species would either usher in an age of unprecedented harmony or inadvertently unleash a threat greater than the void itself. Amir's mind raced with the implications. "Are you saying our actions here could determine the fate of the entire galaxy?" "Not just the galaxy," the being corrected. The entire multiverse hangs in the balance. You must undergo the trial of cosmic enlightenment. Should you succeed, the secrets of creation itself will be yours. Should you fail, all realities will fall to entropy. The crew of the Starbridger exchanged glances, the weight of this revelation settling over them. They had come seeking new horizons, but found themselves thrust into a cosmic crucible once again. "We accept your trial," Sarah said, her voice steady. "Humanity has never backed down from a challenge, and we won't start now." The being's form pulsed with what seemed like approval. "Very well. Prepare yourselves. The trial begins now." Suddenly, the bridge of the Starbridger dissolved around them. Sarah, Elena, Amor, and the rest of the crew found themselves floating in a void that somehow felt more real than reality itself. "Welcome to the Nexus," a chorus of voices echoed around them. "Here, the foundations of existence are laid bare. Your trial is simple yet profound. You must reshape a universe." Before them appeared a swirling mass of cosmic energy and potential, a universe waiting to be born. Each crew member felt knowledge pouring into their minds. The fundamental laws of physics, the delicate balance of forces required for life, the intricate dance of matter and energy. "Remember your humanity," Sarah told her crew, her voice carrying across the cosmic expanse. "Our strength lies not just in our knowledge, but in our compassion, our creativity, our ability to see beauty in diversity." As they began to shape the nascent universe, each decision rippled out with unfathomable consequences. Elena focused on crafting conditions for life to flourish in myriad forms. Amor worked on the fundamental constants, ensuring a stable yet dynamic cosmos. The rest of the crew poured their hopes, dreams, and the very essence of humanity into their creation. Sarah oversaw it all, making the tough choices when paths diverged. She infused the new universe with the potential for growth, for overcoming adversity, for reaching beyond limitations, all the qualities that had defined humanity's journey. As their work neared completion, a new challenge arose. Within the universe they had crafted, shadows began to form, echoes of the void they had faced before. Every creation carries the seeds of its own destruction, the voices of the coalescence explained. How will you address this inevitable darkness? The crew faltered, the trauma of their past battles still fresh in their minds. But Sarah stepped forward, her eyes alight with newfound wisdom. "We don't eradicate the darkness," she declared. "We give our universe the tools to face it, to learn from it, to grow stronger through adversity. Light and shadow, creation and destruction, all have their place in the cosmic dance." With that insight, they'd put the finishing touches on their universe. As they stepped back to observe their work, the swirling energies coalesced into a brilliant point of light that expanded rapidly, a new Big Bang. The void around them shimmered, and they found themselves back on the bridge of the Starbridger, facing the energy being once more. Its form now pulsed with unmistakable joy. "You have succeeded beyond our wildest expectations," it said, its voice filled with wonder. "Your universe will serve as a beacon of hope and a testament to the potential of life itself." As the crew celebrated their victory, Sarah turned to the being with a question that burned in her mind. "What now? Where do we go from here?" The being's form expanded, encompassing the stars around them. "Now, children of Earth, you take your place among the cosmic guardians. The universe you've created is but one of infinite realities, all interconnected, all precious. Your journey has only just begun." As the Starbridger prepared to return home, carrying news of humanity's cosmic triumph, Sarah gazed out at the star-filled expanse. They had come seeking new horizons and found themselves shapers of reality itself. "Set a course for Earth," she commanded, her voice filled with quiet awe. "It's time to share what we've learned and prepare humanity for its greatest adventure yet." As the ship engaged its quantum-fold drive, slipping between the fabrics of space-time, the crew of the Starbridger knew that they were no longer just explorers. They had become cosmic architects, guardians of realities beyond imagination. The universe they had created pulsed with new life, new possibilities, a testament to the boundless potential of the human spirit. And as they journeyed home, they carried with them the profound knowledge that every choice, every action, rippled across the cosmos in ways they were only beginning to understand. Humanity's cosmic odyssey had taken an unexpected turn, leading them not just to the stars, but to the very foundations of existence itself. The true nature of their destiny was finally clear, not to conquer the cosmos, but to nurture it, to help it grow, to be the gardeners of realities. As Earth came into view, a shimmering blue jewel against the velvet backdrop of space, Sarah smiled. They had reshaped a universe, but their greatest work lay ahead, preparing humanity for its role as cosmic caretakers, explorers of realities, and authors of a saga that would echo through eternity. The age of quantum humanity had dawned, and the multiverse would never be the same.